Over the last weeks, Tesla stock has risen from $260 per share to $346 per share, resulted in $13 billion increase in its market value. In the meantime, with 33.7 million shares, Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla, has made over $2,898 million without doing any additional work whatsoever. So congratulations, Elon. You're, richer now. For those of you guys who has been on this channel for a while, obviously I'm not here to preach about how to make money and become successful. As always, this channel is about technology analysis. So what I want to do instead is to make sense from a technology standpoint of what happened in the last weeks. So it has been a very turbulent year for Tesla. Started with Martin Tripp accusing Elon Musk of misleading the market with substandard products. Then he moved on to Elon claiming that he's going to take Tesla private, which eventually ended with the SEC fining Tesla and Elon Musk for $40 million. Needless to say, it's been hard for the company and Elon himself. Throughout this entire time, I have been a staunch supporter of electrification and a sustainable future. But I had to admit, I had my doubts when all factors are piling against Tesla and Elon Musk. So what I want to investigate today is that how a company, the same company that's worth $44 billion half a month ago, rise in its market value by 33% just half a month later. To do that, we need to start with Tesla's third quarter update 2018. And this is the major reason for the rise of Tesla's stock price. Here's some context. The most important thing investors look at this time is the performance of Tesla Model 3. This is the first quarter in which Model 3 is consistently produced in large quantities, roughly 4,300 units per week. So this was a test to see if Tesla is able to make money in the future. According to the quarterly update, Tesla did step up to the challenge and made over $300 million net income out of $6.8 billion revenue. This has got industry analysts scratching their head because it's impossible under normal circumstances. Analysts already know the number Model 3 Tesla produces every week, tracking the VIN registration system in the United States. Coupled with some mathematical modeling, analysts' Model 3 tracker can get pretty close to the real production rate. With that, we should be able to estimate Tesla's third quarter revenue, right? Yes, and we did have an estimation, but that estimation is far off predicting Tesla to lose money in this quarter. So what went wrong? It turns out Tesla's gross margin is much higher than the industry norm, and as a result, Tesla made more per car sold, 20% comparing to the 5 to 10% industry standard. This has pushed the quarterly loss that everyone predicted to a quarterly net income of $312 million for Tesla. This is the official reason why Tesla stock skyrocketed in the last week. Great performance that beats expectations by a large margin. However, this explanation is not good enough. It does not explain why every so-called expert on the planet estimated wrongly. What does explain, though, is that all of them are financial experts, not technical experts. They're good at making analysis of a company's financial statements and managing investor perceptions, but the one thing they're not good at is understanding the technology behind companies. That's the problem, in my opinion. Traditional analysts often want to consider Tesla a normal auto company and start applying multiples to its stock prices, but in reality, people are buying into Tesla for its story and its potential. Tesla is more of a technology company than an automobile company, and here is the difference. Tech companies bet on the future. The premise of financial analysis is to give us definitive guidance, tell us how much a company is worth. But that's precisely the problem here. In the world of technology companies, you look at potentials, founders, the team, and most importantly, the technology. This is the reason why Uber is worth $70 billion without making any money at all. Because people are not buying into the present, but the future. So why did Tesla stock increase by 33% in the last week, making $13 billion? I make bold to suggest that Tesla is worth that money all along. Think of it logically. Is it possible for an auto company to transform its business in just a week time? It's not. From a technology point of view, nothing has changed. But from a perception point of view, everything has changed. I've talked about this before, and let me say it again. Looking at auto industry trends around the world, China, Japan, India, Russia, and European Union, electrification is inevitable. And Tesla is one of the few companies in the world that has every reason to accelerate electrification of our world. Among traditional auto companies, making EV is essentially equivalent to taking money from left pocket and putting it back into its right pocket. They have too many baggages, and therefore, many do not have the will to make this change despite knowing it's the right thing to do. That's why the Chinese are trying hard to make EVs. They're at the bottom of the automobile value chain right now, and they're determined to take advantage of this opportunity and triumph over the Americans, Japanese, and German companies in the future. So who knows? Following this trend, after 20 years, the auto industry might be dominated by Geely and BYD from China, Dyson from Britain, and Tesla and maybe even Apple from the United States. It's an interesting way to look at things, but it's now a legitimate possibility. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. I want to give a special appreciation to my Patreon supporters. Over the past week, a few of you guys joined Curious Elephant. Marcus Ungerant, welcome to Curious Elephant. For those of you guys who are still watching until this point, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me at Lay Creatives on Twitter and Instagram. Before you go, I still want to mention something. Tesla has recently started giving out the $5,000 performance upgrade package for free. Many Tesla owners are indignant about it, and they have every right to do so because this essentially means they paid $5,000 for nothing. So Fred Lambert from Electric.co made a good point saying that this $5,000 did perhaps make a difference, pushing up Tesla's profit margin to 20%. So we're gonna have to be patient to see what this Tesla's real profit margin is in the coming quarters. Personally, I'm optimistic. All right, I'll catch you guys later.